Good morning, dudes, and welcome back to some more Hearthstone. Yes, indeed. I just want to play some more. Actually, I mostly want to show you a deck I have built, that I've been working on, and it's really good, actually. Like, I'm currently rank 5, and this deck got me to rank 5, so it's actually pretty powerful, right? So, what is this all about? It's pretty damn simple. Like, as you can see, it's basically Strifecross Druid mixed with an Ancient Watcher Druid. I'm not entirely convinced that this deck list is perfect yet. I'm actually kind of thinking about taking out the Azure Drake, because I'm only playing one anyways, it's not too great. But then I'm kind of lacking on card draw, I don't have a lot of that. But kind of thinking about taking out the Azure Drake and putting in Faceless Manipulator instead. But I don't know, this deck has been working great for me. Like, it's really, really strong. Like, it's got a lot of late game finishers. It's mostly built to deal with all of those hyper aggressive decks, right? Like Warlock and Hunter and all of those. Like, everybody's playing it. And the Ancient Watchers are just so good with that. Like, I'm playing a lot of Taunt, and let me just show you. We're probably gonna lose horribly, but it's really cool. I've been enjoying it a lot, and it's been working out great for me. And yeah, I don't know, it works against any class, really. And there's not much else to it. It's just really, really decent, right? It's not super amazing, but it's really decent. And currently, I don't know what deck to play, because of course there's still the problem of people still haven't properly figured out what decks are good and what aren't, ever since they nerfed Pagel and all of those shenanigans. And it's looking we're actually gonna play against Warlock. And since that is the case, I'm just gonna assume that it's aggro. That's the thing, right? If you're playing against Warlock, that's why I hate doing it, but you always need to assume that it's aggro, so you need to play accordingly. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the Harvest Golem and just leave it at that. This is actually pretty fantastic, just having that. It's gonna help me a lot, because if he plays anything, he's gonna have to beat through the House Golem first, and that's... And yes, it's aggro. See? it's just... These freaking trash players, it's awful. Everybody's playing it. Every single player. I'm actually gonna raft. Nah, we're gonna poke that. I don't know. The thing is, I could raff it and take 2 less damage. Actually, 1 less damage, but quite honestly, it's not that big of a deal. And I'd rather keep that for something like, well, a Knife Juggler or something, really. Void Walker works too, right? And all of these, like, that's completely cool. I'd rather raff one of those than the stupid Bluegill Warrior. But yeah, everybody's playing aggro, and this deck is basically meant to deal with aggro. And well, this guy, he is, wow. One crazy motherfucker. Okay, now I could drop this, but he's just gonna die. I'm just gonna poke that and get rid of it. Like, I'm not gonna take damage, so it's not really a big issue. And he's already out of cards, right? I can't just defend off Argus him, and we should be cool. We are already looking really strong. So yeah, that's actually like what this deck was built for. It's all about dealing with those fucking... I just hate them so much. But these hyper aggro decks, right? All about dealing with those. And it does so really well. We haven't even gotten an... what is it called? I actually completely forgot. So how do we go about this? I think we're gonna go ahead and raft this. And then we're gonna poke this twice. Yes. I'm not too worried about taking a bit of damage, as long as it's not excessive amounts of damage, because, well, I can still heal up, and, well, Warlock doesn't really have, like, 20 burst. But yeah. So, he's gonna play some more minions, and then I'm gonna run my Harvest Golem into them, and it's just gonna be the same old, same old. It's really sad, actually. Like, I think the last patch really screwed with the game a lot, because everybody's playing aggro. Like, literally everybody, and I think it's... Oh, god damn it. Nah, whatever. I think it's just hugely annoying, like unbelievably so. Anyways, let's go ahead and drop down Druid of the Claw. And the thing is, right, the worst part about this whole balance shenanigans that I'm talking about is that just the Druid of the Claw pretty much wins me the game. There's not much he can do. And he's gonna have to use a lot to beat through that, and like, I don't even care. I'm gonna kill his shit next turn. It doesn't even matter. Give me a swipe. Oh, it's not a swipe. It still doesn't matter. I'm just gonna play this fucker right here. And that's gonna allow me to clean out, yeah, pretty much everything that matters. He's gonna get to keep 1 minion, but that is completely fine. I literally don't care. I literally don't care. Because I now got my Ancient of the Lore and I can just heal up. And then I'm gonna taunt up, and it's like he already used 2 Doom Guards. He's done. He's done. But do you see the issue? Right, this guy is not very good, but he's rank 5. If you don't have a deck that deals with this, then you're just gonna lose. Like, you need to specifically build decks around this. And I think that shouldn't need to be the case. Oh well. Now this is a little bit... Oh, that's actually perfect. Let's go ahead and drop you. And I'm feeling we're gonna poke that. He used the Soulfire. He used 2 Doom Guards. What can he have? What can he have? I don't know. Like, he cannot burst me, and I'm just gonna start healing with the Ancient of Lore sometime soon. I'm not in any immediate danger. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. And since this deck actually plays both Ragnaros and Visera, I don't need to worry about getting to a point where, like, I don't have finishers, right? Like, I already used my... actually, do I want to heal up this turn? I don't believe so. No, actually, no. I'm thinking I'm gonna drop you. Gonna drop the Harvest Golem. And drop a Defender of Argus in the middle. Now, I played the Defender of Argus because if I do it like this, this guy is still gonna require 2 hits to go down. Otherwise, he could have used the Archer Squire to kill him. And now he can't, and I still got more taunt left. The next turn I can drop the Ancient of Lore and then taunt up the Defender of Argus and the Ancient of Lore. Oh man, that's why I like this deck. I know I mentioned it a few times, but it just fucks with these shenanigans, and it does it so well. I didn't even... Direwolf. And an Abusive Sergeant, so he's actually gonna beat through my shenanigans. That's fine. That literally doesn't make a difference. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Because what I can do right here is I'm just gonna do this. Gonna do this. Gonna go ahead and heal up. And drop another taunt. Bam. And what can he do? I've got more HP than he does. I've got board control. He already used most of his really powerful cards. He's pretty much done. He's done. It's just that simple. He's done. There's nothing he can do. He's playing Leroy, for fuck's sake. Leroy to clean out my board. That's not how you're supposed to do that. Goodbye, fool. Let's go ahead and get another card. I keep off the growth. I mean, why the hell not? Let's taunt up this. And start beating on him. Here we go. So yeah. That's basically how this deck works. It's really simple. It's really, really simple. Though, if you're playing against control, I actually found myself having trouble with that. Like, this is, again, it's built to deal with aggro, right? If you're playing against a lot of aggro, which you will the higher you get in the ladder, because everybody just plays aggro, then this deck is gonna do you good. But if you're playing against more of a control style, like Priest has been giving me a ton of trouble. Like, just huge amounts of trouble, because I've got Big Game Hunter to take care of Ragnaros, mostly. But outside of that, I don't really have any big removal. Like, I just don't. And as a result, I often find myself in a situation where if you place a Visera against this deck usually means I lose. Like, it's usually just over. There's not much I can do about Visera. And that shouldn't be the case, right? That's ridiculous. That's just bad. That's just bad. So, how do we go about this? I think we're gonna claw this. And we're gonna play both these and get a Harvest Golem out. We're playing against aggro again, right? I keep telling you, Everybody plays aggro. Do you think I'm making this shit up? Everybody plays aggro. Everybody. Because it's easy. Right? This guy is rank 4. What would he be playing other than aggro? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Oh well. But that's nice. That kind of lets me demonstrate the point of this deck. And right here I can just, like, look, this is perfectly fine because I can run this right here. Play the Ancient Watcher. And the thing about the Ancient Watcher is that I told you this before, but why I really like this card is that it doesn't even need to do anything. It already puts pressure on the enemy just through being an Ancient Watcher. Like, they just don't know how to go about it. They just don't know how to deal with it. And that's fantastic. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna get rid of all of his shenanigans. All of them. Like, I'm not gonna give him the chance to deal any damage to me, because that's what he's looking to do, right? He's playing that, I guess, 4 points of damage warrior deck, where every card is designed to deal about 4 points of damage, right? Not more than that, just 4. And if you deal those 4 points of damage, you just win, right? Like, after a while, it's just like, okay, I dealt enough 4 points of damage. We're gonna silence that and just get rid of this. And if he wants to run his weapon into that, that's, again, another 4 points of damage that he didn't get through. And we just need to stick to that, strategy, and eventually he's gonna run out of steam. Though the problem with that deck is actually it's not a deck that tends to run out of steam very quickly. Since it plays a lot of these cards, like exclusively these cards. But here we go. Got the Defend of Argus. So we're gonna probably Defend of Argus next turn, and then Viscera the turn afterwards with an Innovate. Oh wait, that's unusual. Oh. That is... I didn't expect that. That is really peculiar. Okay. I really didn't think he... I guess he just... I don't know what that was about. I just don't. So, how do we go? But this, it was a good play, though. I need to get rid of that. That's for sure. I can Savage Roar this turn and kill this. Gonna deal number 4 damage to me. The thing is, I believe my plan right here is gonna be Viscera and then taunt up the Viscera. But this is an issue. I think I'm gonna take a ton of damage right here, but... oh well. I guess that's what I've got to do. I'm at 17. That's not good. That's not good at all. Like, he's gonna play some big minion right here. At least if he's got it. Like, I'm hoping he doesn't, but... oh well. Oh well. Also, this deck plays 2 swipes. I never draw swipe. I just don't. Oh, which is really sad, actually. Okay, he didn't do anything. Well, I guess that's why Sarah then. Now the thing is, if he feels like killing Viscera, that's good. Because he's gonna invest a ton of damage. Viscera is a 12 HP body. If he doesn't kill Viscera, then I'm gonna take a good amount of damage myself, but that's... I think that's okay. Because I can just taunt her up and really just put the hurt on him that way. And yes, he's gonna try to just beat me down. It's not like I expected anything else from him, really. Okay, now the thing is we cannot play Viscera Awakens, because there's a good chance that he's got... ah, that's a little bit interesting. How do we go about this? We've got 2 ways. The first one being I run this in here, which I actually like more than running it into one of these. Because look, I can swipe one of them. Like, that's gonna happen. But the thing is, do I want to take out the Harvest Golem or do I want to take out the Dark Iron Dwarf? Which one is... I feel like actually the Harvest Golem is a little bit more threatening. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. And then we're gonna swipe. Because this way he's got this guy, which is not good for me, right? That's really awkward. But he's gonna have to run that into Viscera. Now, of course, if he draws an Execute, then we might just lose. But, that's fine. That's fine. Well, this is actually another thing I was talking about earlier on. This deck got issues with card draw. Like, it just doesn't have that much. That's not enough to kill it. Oh. But hey, that's cool. That's completely okay, because he's at 0 cards now. He can't do that much. I'm gonna keep that Wrath. I can deal... This is 6. This is a number 5. That's 11 burst. And this is 16 burst. Okay, I can deal 16 burst, which is pretty decent. Now, the thing is, of course, Warrior doesn't have any sort of card draw mechanism. Oh, he's gonna beat me, okay. Now, this is awkward, because I don't have a way of dealing... Oh, yes, thank you, that is so good. Okay, so we're gonna deal some damage to that, and heal up. And then we're gonna hit you. And then I think we win next turn. If he doesn't draw any booster or any card that puts me below 5, then I think we win next turn. Just hoping he didn't draw anything that's useful. Though that's unlikely that he drew a useless card. Oh, god fucking damn it. This might be game, actually. No, it's not. Got another Ancient of Lore. Can I kill him? We're gonna hit him. He's at 19. No, I can't. So let's go ahead and restore some more HP. Use this. Beat him some more. So if he draws a 4 damage card, I lose. It's really that simple. He's been getting really lucky right there. Arcanite Reaper is actually fantastic. Like, it's basically a Pyroblast. It's just crazy good. And he drew it, didn't he? Oh, he's got... Please don't tell me that he got that. Oh. Oh my god, that's good. I'm at 1. Actually, no, I'm at more than 1. So can I got the win. That's game. I believe. I can hit him for this. Yes, that's game. Bitch. So yeah. That's pretty much my deck. I like this deck. I think it's a good one. I'm actually really proud of this. It works well, right? It just does. It's really good. I'm liking it. Of course, let's go ahead and take another look at the deck list, just so you get a closer look at it. I don't have a name for it yet. Like, I just can't come up with one. So if maybe you got an idea, leave it down in the comments. But yeah, that's the idea of the deck. Yet again, I'm kind of thinking about taking out the Azure Drake. Also, I'm not too sure about Cairn. Cairn doesn't tend to do that much, though. The thing about Cairn is, right, he either is utterly useless or he's just fantastic, right? And that's why I kind of don't want to take him out, because he's, like, sometimes he just sits there and is like, I am Cairn. You bitches are gonna have to fight me, and it's gonna take you a while to take me. I'm gonna put such a huge dent into your entire line. You don't stand a chance against us, right? Sometimes Cairn just sits there and doesn't give a fuck. And that's brilliant. Like, that's so damn good. Other times, you just don't even get to play him, because he's so expensive and doesn't, like, taunt or anything, so, yeah. But the basic idea is pretty simple. You've got a bunch of minions. Like, this deck actually plays a huge amount of minions. It's got the Druid. Like, I think the only spells I play is Wrath, Claw, Innovates, and Swipes. Yeah, that's about it. Actually, no, Force of Nature and Savage Roar. But Force of Nature and Savage Roar are your finishers. Like, you want to use them to get those 14 burst damage that they supply you with. However, the nice thing about this deck is that it doesn't rely on it, as I already mentioned. So you can use Force of Nature and Savage Roar early on to, like, remove creatures, remove minions, get rid of threats, right? And then later on in the game, you can be like, okay, I still got the Ancient of Lore, right? I still got Ragnaros and Visera. These are gonna carry me through the game, and they usually tend to do that. Like, Ragnaros and Visera are damn powerful. They are really, really strong minions and are very, very valuable. But the biggest downfall of this deck I have found are really other control decks. Like, it depends on which. I can deal with Handlock, okay? Handlock tends to be fine. Big Game Hunter actually helps out a lot. But Priest is really terrible. And again, usually as soon as somebody plays a Visera, this deck just doesn't have a way to deal with that. It just doesn't. Right? I guess I could Savage Roar Force of Nature to get rid of it, but that's still a really terrible trade, and it's just so expensive. I guess I could toss in a Naturalize, but you don't want to play a Naturalize against all of these aggro decks, right? So it's so difficult to make a decision right there, but Usually I try to win before the enemy gets to do Visera. And yeah, it's just a difficult one. I don't know how to deal with Visera. I haven't come up with something for that yet. Usually I just lose, right? If somebody drops a Visera, I'm playing this deck, I usually just admit defeat because there's not much I can do. Or I try to rush them down at that point because it's just so difficult to kill her. But yeah, that's the deck. If any of you want to copy it or something, then please feel free. Though it's pretty damn expensive. Like, let me be honest. It's got 4 legendaries. It's got Ancient of Laws, which are of course epics. And the problem is you cannot replace any of this, right? You need, well, I guess you don't really need Blood Mage Thanos, though he's really good. But you need Ragnaros and Visera. Without those two, you just don't have the finishers, so yeah. But outside of that, mana curve and everything is looking really good. I'm liking this one. I think it's a good one. I'm really proud of it. And yeah, so I guess this was kind of a deck spotlight video. I wonder if any of you care for those. But I just wanted to show you my Druid. It's pretty good. I wonder how far it's gonna carry me. Like, I'm currently rank 5. I'm gonna try to get as high as I can. The highest I've ever gotten was rank 4, though that was a while back. I think that was season 1, now we're at season 3. I didn't really play season 2, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.